Now, emergency funding of more than £3 million is being made available to grassroots music venues across England, which are facing closure because of the pandemic. The money is part of the government's £1.5 billion cultural recovery fund set up in July. It's the Embassy Theatre in Skegness, and we're joined now by manager Pollyanne Trapmore-Shaw. Pollyanne, thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Caris. I think I must need to address this initially. The recovery fund that we've actually applied for, the applications closed yesterday. Ours is part of the Cultural Recovery Fund as a theatrical venue, not solely the grassroots. We found that was the better approach for us to make.
OK, so you're still hopeful that you will get some rescue funds?
Yes, we absolutely are. The success of our application fund is absolutely crucial to the damage limitation for this year, and it will ultimately decide whether we, I hate to use the phrase, mothball until next spring to protect the future, or if we'll be able to begin our journey of restoration and audit engagement within the new landscape of COVID.
It's interesting you say mothball until next spring, because I had a look at your website and it looks as if you're hoping to get performances up and running in February. Is that right?
We absolutely are. We have everything crossed, and unfortunately that's a very fluffy term, but it is something that we have to have faith and trust in at the moment. We have been very, very fortunate with the loyalty of our customers so far that we took the conscious decision to reschedule all of our performances into 2021, and I'm glad to say 60% of those loyal customers have followed us. They absolutely want the continuation of the provision of the service that they were always entitled to, and they always experience at the Embassy Theatre. And the only way to do this is to have a drastic reduction in the stringent measures of social distancing that's required, or the complete removal of it. And of course, it is the latter that the theatre industry and stadiums, football clubs and what have you do need to see in the long term.
So just following your train of thought there, if that doesn't happen, then will you be able to put on performances in February? If social distancing restrictions remain as they are for theatres, will you be able to get going again?
This is the task that we are really, really keen to undertake at the moment. I don't think there's any getting away from the fact that we have to move into a new landscape. The reality is that the large West End tours and the very, very big productions that require a full audience of 1,000 seats to make it financially viable, they will not be the productions that can be put on and can be done with social distancing in mind. What we need to do is to look to different ways of working. We have an opportunity here actually to work with some of the bigger production houses in terms of looking at cinematic screening, in looking at smaller performances. Nobody can deny the impact that the Royal Opera House, the National Theatre Live and all these magnificent streamed performances straight into our houses have had recently. And there is a myriad of catalogue that can be actually available through cinematic screenings. So this is our plight at the moment, is actually looking to our customers and to local arts and culture forums and what have you locally to help us raise the funds to get that live streaming potential into the building as really a stopgap, but also something that's going to really enrich our programme in this area going forward in the new COVID, post-COVID world.
Pollyanne, we're going to have to leave it there, but we really wish you and all of your team all the best.